What is going on, everybody? It is Alex coming back at you with another video. And today we're going to be rocking it out with another mock the mock. So if you guys are new, you love mock drafts, I'm your guy. Posted every single week, which I should be having one on Thursday because, of course, I like to drop team-based mocks on Wednesdays. So if you guys love your own team, I got a mock coming out. So drop a comment down below. We'll get those videos pumping out because on every Wednesday and hopefully Sunday, we'll have videos like that coming out. So let's kick right into this. Of course, if you guys want to talk to me, you got links down in the description, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. Y'all know the jazz. So number one, we got Aiden Hutchinson. Let's not even talk about that. Obviously, Aiden, KT. Third one's Kyle Hamilton. It's one that I've been struggling with because obviously I know the Texans have Titus Howard, and I'm just wondering how arrogant they're going to be at making sure that they pass up on getting the best tackle duo arguably in the NFL, just so they can say that they were right about Titus. I still think Titus should just kick into guard and have a good time there and then have Evan Neal on the outside. But you cannot deny with the talent of Kyle Hamilton, he's an absolute stud. For Jets get Derek Stingley, do not think this is going to happen. The medicals very well might drop Derek Stingley stock. I think the continuous injuries is something that really scares the living hell out of me. And I think it will scare the teams because those are two pretty big injuries and he just hasn't performed the same after them. We've seen that he has the raw talent, but the question is, will he be healthy? Caleb Farley is great until he's not on the field, right? So no offense, sorry, Titans fans, for hitting a soft spot with y'all. Because, I mean, that was something that we all knew Caleb Farley had. He had big issues with his injuries. And that was something that is probably going to be the same story with Derek Stingley. Even though Derek is better, if you see it has his peak raw talent, I don't know if it's going to be nearly as good as people think to where it's going to overcome all these injury issues and the past 2 years. The talent's there. You can see it. It pops off, but just the best ability is availability. And I don't think that number 4 overall, Derek Stingley, is going to justify that. Also, if the Jets pass on him, I highly doubt the Giants or Panthers are going to take him. That's just my thought. Giants and Karlaftis, when you need an offensive lineman, Evan Neal's on the board. It's probably the worst thing you can do. That being said, Karlaftis is usually somebody I draft to the Giants. So shitty pick for who's on the board. However, good fit. And next, Evan Neal to the Panthers. I would literally be popping champagne. I don't think quarterback is what solves the Panthers' problems, but I think it is with Rule potentially being soon to be fired. I think that getting a quarterback is something to extend him. And if they bring in somebody new beforehand, it's somebody who they can have as their marquee player, their own signal caller, their own commander of the team. So I just think that the writing's on the wall for a quarterback at this point, even if I do not agree. However, if this is a situation, I'd 100% go Evan Neal if this were what I would do mock. 7, Jets get Jameson Williams. I don't really think so, pal. I mean, it's a fun pick. I just don't think that the Jets are a receiver away from a receiver and a corner who is probably not going to be playing that much away from being competitive. So I think those are two pretty big whiffs for the Jets. 8 with the Giants, Echem. There you go. So I feel like that was kind of like a forced pick because I don't know why the Jets wouldn't take Icky. I don't get it. You know, the Jets might need a wide receiver, but not a first round one. You got Elijah Moore coming out. I mean, eventually, hopefully Denzel Mims does something. He's probably not going to be on the team, but they have requisite weapons on this team. The big issue is maybe getting that third dude or getting just like get someone free agency, homie. Like that's what you do. You have Corey Davis there too. I don't get it. But yeah, Giants steal Akem Ekwonu. So good for them. Feels like a forced pick. Washington, Kenny Pickett. I just don't like Kenny Pickett that much. The more I watch him, the less I'm like confident in him. However, I'm pretty sure that the NFL is feeling a bit more confident on Kenny than I am. So I think that he's going to be the first quarterback off the board, most pro ready, and Washington's a good fit for him. I think it is. I really do. Falcons getting David Ojabo. Certainly have played around with the idea. I think that corner is something they'll go after because this is more of a raw project than anything. I don't think that Pease is going to want to rock out with David Ojabo and have to develop him. So that's just me. I don't think that Ojabo is, I think, my 9th or 10th graded edge defender. But again, you have to factor in how raw they are, right? David Ojabo's showing how amazing he could be. Now, going back could have him develop into a better player for the NFL. However, I highly advise against it to him just because if he goes back, I don't know how much he's going to boost his draft stock. I really don't. Broncos, Matt Corral, I could see it. This week, I just decided to play around with some things. Obviously, the draft order just changed, but there's an interesting thing that might happen with the Broncos, and I might have a little bit of fun with it. Vikings, Andrew Booth, he's going to test out of this world. So a team that's desperate for some corner help could definitely use it. Browns with DeMarvin Leal, I could see it for sure. I could definitely see it. I just think a wide receiver is something they'll go after with how deep the defensive line class is. And I'm looking at it. And like Devontae Wyatt is a stud too, right? I love Devontae Wyatt. I've seen Perrion Winfrey just absolutely annihilate people and look like a first round style talent. Like there is talent outside the first on the interior because I don't think DeMarvin Leal is going to be moving to the edge anytime soon since he's put on. I just know he's put on weight. He does not look the same, or he's gone out of shape, which is even worse. So I think he's trying to be an interior defensive lineman. This is the team to do well on. I think if you want to, you can get that type of value in the second round when you have high-end wide receivers on the board and have a big vacancy at wide receiver 1. 14 with the Eagles, Roger McCreary. Again, the writing's on the wall. Hey, his uncle played for him. It's just you have that lineage. He has the talent, the production, the consistency. I was a huge fan of Roger McCreary last year. I wish he didn't come out, or I was wishing he would come out, but it looks like he improved his draft stock. So good for him. I think he's a lock to the Eagles, but I don't know if you have to take him that early. I just don't. With the corners that are on the board, you could have that third or second Eagles pick be someone like Kyer Elam or Sauce Gardner. In this case, worst case scenario. Don't think so. Saints getting Chris Olave. He's a really good 2 to pair up with Michael Thomas. I like Garrett Wilson more, but again, that's solely my preference. Steelers getting Trevor Penning. I'm having a weird feeling they're not going to draft a quarterback. It's a really, really weird feeling, but it's going to suck. So when I analyze this, he'd be pretty good for what the Steelers are trying to build. Have they drafted Charles Cross yet? I don't think they've drafted Charles Cross. So that's where I would go. Like the Steelers, they're not really, I don't feel like they're a Trevor Penning team. I just don't. But even though it makes sense, also Tyler Linderbaum's on the board. We're just going to ignore that because TDN is a bunch of cucks and they absolutely hate him. So stupid. But yeah, I'd either go Linderbaum or I would go after Cross there. Again, this is personal preference to the person. Again, everybody has their own order. You never know if this guy thinks that he is the best, one of the best tackles, has him above Cross. That's what's good about having this variability of different mockers is that you get to see who they like. Chargers getting Jordan Davis. I could see it. I really could. I think the offensive line, again, is something that they would probably rather do. They invested in the offensive line last year. So I think they've shown a tendency to go after it. You got a guy like Kenyon Green on the board. I don't think you can pass on it. I really don't. Charles Cross as well. I don't think Jordan Davis is that unique of a talent because he looks really out of shape. I was considering him to be a lazy prospect. I'm not 100% sure if he's lazy. I think he just might be really out of shape and gassed, which, I mean, again, they do prepare for the combine for a reason. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about Jordan Davis that high. I can see him going that high. I just don't know about that high for the Chargers. 18 for the Raiders, Kenyon Green. I think it's an excellent pick. I do. I pray to God that they can find a way to get Leatherwood to tackle. I gave it an F grade. So if you guys want to see all my reactions, I very well might go back because I do have a list of the times that I have looked at or reacted to the picks. But yeah, I have a full reaction up. It happened with every pick. It was a live reaction. Also, I found out about it earlier because my boy RJ, who's a scouting director for the 49ers, he's helping me out. He's helping me out by telling me what was going on ahead of time because I guess the draft was delayed, but yeah, that really sucked. That hurt me inside. 19, the Eagles, Linderbaum. Mwah, beautiful. Even if you do want to move Dickerson to center, you can always put Linderbaum to guard. I don't really know what the big fuss is about it. You have guys like Driscoll who are really good depth and they're excellent to fill in. And we all know the Eagles have injuries. So I just think he's a great fit. That's it. Number 20 with the Ravens, Travon Walker. I don't think they go after two hyper athletic edges. I just don't see it. But, given the draft board, I could see him A, move down, but B, Charles Cross is on the board, man. I don't know what this guy is. He hates Charles Cross. I feel like I totally missed him and I'm just totally speaking out of my ass. But I'm pretty sure I did not see Charles Cross and I didn't. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that if this is the case, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about with the tackles or hasn't watched Charles Cross at all. Because if this were preseason, I'd get it. Yeah, I mean, like that makes sense. Just doesn't make sense right now. Devin Lloyd to the Dolphins. I love it. I think that Nakobe Dean's going to go higher than him because of age and speed and versatility. As a blitzer, he's just on another level. Devin Lloyd's amazing, though. I cannot complain about it. I have Nakobe Dean higher than Devin Lloyd. That's just me, though. That's just me. Patriots again, Garrett Wilson. Love it. Absolutely love it. Jermaine Johnson to the Eagles. Yeah. I mean, I love my boy Jermaine. That is, as a pass rusher, pure pass rusher, nothing else included, not IQ, not run defense. I think he's the best pure pass rusher. I think he's the most efficient. But again, he is also a redshirt senior. He has a lot of experience. He should be one of the best. He's an absolute stud. I just can't see the Eagles going Jermaine Johnson at this point in the draft. I don't know why Roger McCreary would go that high either, but we'll keep moving. I think it's a fine selection. I would not be mad at it at all. It's just weird value. Zion Johnson for the Cardinals. That's fine. I think it's a good fit. Again, looking at other guys who I'd want to put in there, just be like Travon Walker and stuff. Kingsley and Nagbear, another guy, but I already know TDN has their little thing against him. Just so stupid. Bills with Treylon Burks. I can see it. I'd want more of a route runner there, but honestly, with the idea of another Chase Claypool style player, just this big ass dude who's crazy athletic, I could see it. Like if he runs in those, he runs 4.45 and under, he's going to be a top 25 lock. If he runs 4.45 to 4.5, he's going to be that 25 to 32 range. But if he's any higher than that, then he's probably going to be a mid 2. Just the guy is ridiculous. It's just this is hyper dependent on the combine and his testing numbers. Cross to the Bengals. I feel like he must be a Bengals fan because that's a forced ass pick. But if it happens, I mean, Jawan Taylor was supposed to be the number 6 player in the draft. Fell to the second. So crazier things have happened, but Bengals is a beast. I mean, Cross is a beast, and on the Bengals, it's great. He slides. This makes no sense. There's multiple tackles that went before him. Cowboys, Daxton Hill. I do not get why people think he's going to be like they're talking about he's excelling at single high safety early in his career. That's great. He's played slot. You're evaluating him on something he did a couple years ago versus what he's doing right now. He's played solely in the slot, and there's better safeties out there. No disrespect to Daxton, he's a beast, but there's better value out there. I really don't get that. I think it's just kind of stupid. Everybody's forcing Daxton Hill, and it's dumb. Kyrie Elam to the Bucs. I think that he's gonna go here when I do my mock. Again, I haven't made it. I just did one for fun the other night, and damn, I could see him definitely falling to this point after having the year he's had. He's a stud, and the Buccaneers are gonna pick him up, and he's gonna be a stud. The Titans, Nakobe Dean. I don't. This is another fan base I don't get. You guys have so much hate for when someone brings a linebacker on because 2 linebackers are doing a good job. Who cares? Honestly, get richer, man. Nakobe Dean is a great blitzer. He's an excellent coverage guy, and he literally benched the guy who you're trying to defend. So I don't understand Titans fans. Even though I would personally go wide receiver, Nakobe Dean is just too damn good. Lions getting Drake London. I mean, I think he is arguably the best wide receiver in the class if he did not have that injury. So I love the value. You get an absolute steal. So, Chiefs, Jahan Dotson. I think it's pretty crap. I think it's a pretty bad pick. And just again, I personally think that you go edge here. The Chiefs might think otherwise, but Jahan Dotson, to me, I mean, he's just not a first round lock for me. I don't think so. Packers and Nicholas Petit-Frere, wonderful. You have some really solid tackles like Bernard Raymond on the board, but you go with the guy who laid a complete egg against 3 pretty solid edge rushers this year. So that being Ojabo, Hutchinson, and Ebiketie. Yeah, I cannot see what the love is about Nicholas Petit-Frere after he got his tail whooped 3 times this year. And that's not mentioning the Nebraska game. So yeah, no, I don't get what's up with this, but that's going to be the draft, guys. It's a little bit of a bummer because I just think that was not a very good mock at all. But let me know what you guys think and what you guys think about his mock down in the description below. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys on the far side. Peace.